Now chapter 5, the paper bag. Okay, let's head to the library and see what we can learn about urban legends. Before we do that though, let me give my mom a call because she messaged me, so give me a minute. I know Mr. Zugi is also looking into this angle, but I'm hoping to learn more about the Smiling Man. I saw a book titled Modern Ghost Legends at the library. Maybe there's one all about urban legends. Hey, boy detective. Huh? Is that? Detective Kamahara, what are you doing here? Detective Kuze has requested your presence. Really? Me? I'm afraid I'm going to need you to come with me. Okay, I understand. Kinda awkward. Wow, didn't that feel like we were in a TV show? I played the hard-boiled detective part perfectly. I guess, anyway. I think I could be an actor if this whole detective thing doesn't work out, right? I'm a handsome devil. Maybe I shouldn't say that about myself, but I just did. What a dork. Maybe you should be more concerned about the whole detective thing working out. Hey, what's up with you anyway, boy detective? Tired or something? Oh no, nothing like that. I was just thinking about how energetic you always are. Right, that's me? Come on, get in, let's go. We gotta move, Detective Kuze is waiting up for you. What does Detective Kuze want with me anyway? Well, running errands for Kuze. To be honest, she didn't even tell me what this is about. Oh, really? Nothing worth mentioning. So, just to warn you, Kuze did not seem like she was in a particularly great mood. Ah. Oh, does that sound familiar? I think she knows. I guess she's usually not in a great mood. Detective Kuze couldn't have known that I went to her childhood home and her grandmother. You've got a weird look on your face. What did you do? Oh, sure. Now you put on the poker face. You're looking a little pale, boy detective. Well, I'm not even gonna ask, but I bet you're nervous to have the mighty detective call you in like this. Yeah, I know that feeling you have right now. She can be just the tiniest bit harsh. Yeah, that's putting it nicely. Is harsh the right word? Maybe I mean strict. That look on your face, that was me every day when I first partnered with Detective Kuze. If you really did something and she found out, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, boy detective. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Can it really be that bad? Good luck. I hope you survive. Kidding. Sheesh. She must know somehow. Picture this. Kami, go pick up Sam Pujols. You know what happens if you don't, right? What am I supposed to say to that? Other than, okay, I'm on it. Yeah, I can imagine. So my impression was good? He's a weirdo. It's not what I meant. Anyway, good luck. Hey, I could wish you the same. Haha, I set you up for that and you nailed it, boy detective. Nailed it, right? My impression? Anyway, my flawless impression aside, finally. I have to say that Detective Kuze is at least as hard on herself as she is on everyone else, but it's also a part of why she's such a good detective. Take it from me, she's 10 times harder on me than she is on anyone else except herself. Detective Kamahara. I guess you know Detective Kuze pretty well since you're partners. Sure, I know her well. I know exactly what she's going to get mad at me about before it even happens. Probably because I'm completely useless, so it's like her job to give me a hard time. Completely useless? Your words. Wow. There was this one thing she was really pissed about. I mean, that was life or death, so... Life or death? What happened? Huh? It's nothing. I'm just mumbling to myself. Nothing to worry about, boy detective. Just talking to myself. The line between detective and criminal is thinner than you might expect. Yep. She's my partner, so I get why she's worried about me being a bad shot. She's in the line of fire. And she has to know, right? I do seem to remember hearing something about some kind of mistake he made. What was it? Oh yeah, Inspector Kamada told me that Detective Kamahara is a terrible shot. I can see why Detective Kuze is so hard on him. Gotta be tough to have a partner who can't shoot. What's that? Are you laughing at something? Oh no, it's nothing. Okay, weirdo. Boy detective. That was embarrassing, but I couldn't help but laugh at the memory. So, Detective Kuze ordered you to pick me up today, and she's always tough on herself and everyone else. Yeah, that's right. As soon as I set foot in the station, she ordered me to come get you. I didn't even get to eat breakfast. I was really hoping for coffee and a pastry. Nah, his stomach. Oh. Why did I tell you that? It's so embarrassing. Yeah, funny, just laugh. Come on, it's not that funny, boy detective. There goes my stomach growling again. Perfect timing. Thanks, stomach. Still no breakfast in my future. Can't believe she'd make me do this when I'm starving and haven't had breakfast. What if Kuze could hear you say that? Why do you think she wiretapped the car? Don't tell her, please, boy detective. He is hilarious. So hungry. I think I left the milk for my coffee back on my desk. Going on and on, but I'll let him. Seems to enjoy talking about Detective Kuze, so. Listen, I know I've complained about Kuze a bit, but she's got a gentle side somewhere. That's so, under that extremely harsh exterior? Yeah. I'm not surprised that most people think of Detective Kuze as severe. I'm not, okay. You got plans somewhere else, boy detectives? I was headed to the library for research. Nah, sorry. I'd love to let you out of here, but I don't think Kuze will like it, based on the look on her face. Oof. Hey, the library is pretty far. How are you planning on getting there? I was just going to walk, but... Walk? Really? Boy detective just loves walking, is that it? Why didn't you call a cab? Surely your boss would pay for it, right? I mean, cabs are expensive. Just calling one up costs money, let alone going anywhere. Imagine having a cell phone and being too stingy to pay the bill. I thought the office would cover it, but whatever. Look, forget the phone bill, just call cabs. Speaking of calling, last time I wanted to call a cab, my cell phone battery was dead. Of course, the cab came anyway. Why did that cab... Yeah, boss called and said I had a fare out waiting at this bus stop. Alright, almost forgot. Huh? What is it? What did you almost forget? I have to thank you, Detective Kamahara, for calling that cab for me the other day. Calling a cab for you? Huh? Was it not him? Yeah, remember when I ran into you by the bus stop near the crime scene? Oh, that, huh? Yeah, I bet you were surprised. Yes, that's it. Anyway, it's really helpful, so thank you. Well, here's another surprise. I didn't call the cab. Detective Kuze did. Really? The same Detective Kuze? Yeah, see, I told you she had a soft spot. Well, how about that? You were right, Dice. What's that? Dice is your hero? Just kidding. Definitely not what I said. I gotta remember to thank her. Yeah, so she's the one that called the cab. Cool. Tough, but she can be kind. She's actually kind of a dork. She's literally clumsy. Really, she's just a complicated person like anyone else. And despite my complaints, I'm happy to have her as a partner. I'm lucky to have a partner like Detective Kuze. I'm actually blessed to be working with Kuze, really, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, by the way, how do you like riddles, boy detective? Like them a lot, actually. Great, then get ready for the senpai quiz. Detective Kuze, my senpai, arranged a cab for the boy detective, but when did she make the arrangements? After I left the bus stop? A, after I left the bus stop, or B, while we were still talking at the bus stop? The clock's running, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. This is a tough one. While we were still talking at the bus stop? Ding, ding, ding. Well done. How observant of you, boy detective. I actually missed it because my back was turned. I do remember now that she seemed to be making a call from the car. That's all for now. Senpai quiz complete. The more I hear about the two of them, the more it sounds like Kuze and Kamahara are polar opposites. I wonder what they talk about when they're alone. Sorry, I only had one question for the senpai quiz. I'll have a new one ready for next time. So, what kind of stuff do you and Kuze talk about when you're, like, on a stakeout? You really want to know? What? Yeah, of course. Do I? I was just making conversation. Yeah, prove it. How badly do you want to know? Well, now that you're acting like this, I really want to know. Kinda. Alright. I suppose I have no choice but to spill my guts to the boy detective. So what we actually talk about is... none of your freaking business. What? Wow, now I'm actually dying to hear what they talk about. Come on, boy detective, surely you know you've got to butter someone up to extract their secrets? Sorry, I saw you on, but I'm keeping my secret. is some odd detective work, but I guess I need to butter him up. This is the job I signed up for, so here goes nothing. It isn't the most handsome detective on the force, Dice Kamihara. What? Thought I'd get a better reaction than that. Oh, you're messing with me, aren't you, poor detective? Hey, I'll take it. I am handsome. Is that really that easy? Well, since you're so nice, I suppose I'll bestow my infinite wisdom upon you. Detective Kuze and I usually just stick to talking about ongoing cases and investigations, but hey, we do chit-chat every now and then. Trying to imagine a casual conversation with Detective Kuze. Yeah, right? You're wondering what Kuze and I talk about when we shoot the breeze? I don't know, usually it's don't be late again and you drink too much and don't bring your gun on me. That sort of stuff. We can call that chatting or scolding. Is there anything else? Most handsome detective on the force, huh? But is it true? Am I really that handsome? His loveliness. I guess Detective Kuze's small talk isn't really that small. It's pretty serious, usually. But you can always leave it to me, Dice, to lighten the mood of any conversation. How would you do that? Oh, it's easy. I'll be like, that place is great coffee, or this is the candy I loved as a kid, and so on. I have a hard time believing that these topics work to lighten up Detective Kuze. Well, at least I got him talking somehow. Sheesh. Talking about food just made me all hungry again. So Detective Kuze likes that kind of small talk. Oh sure, and she loves snacks, not just talking about them, but eating them. She's even been like, well, if it's so good, why don't you go and buy me some right now? That's hilarious, actually. So of course I gotta do it, right? Wouldn't you? She's got him wrapped around her finger. If Detective Kuze asks, I'd jump and go seek out her favorite candy right now. Oh man, talking about food just made me all over again. Okay, same one. This is so cool. So the other day I bought some candy and there was a prize inside. Detective Kuze was there, so you know I'm not making it up. I was like, can I get another? Wow, he's like a child. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I was happy to get a prize as a child, and I'm happy to get one now. Also, I'm pretty sure Kuze was obsessed with the same sweets when she was a little girl. Oh, it's nice to hear that she's got a more human side to her. Also, they're both talking about their childhoods. I wonder what kinds of things they discussed from when they were little. Maybe even heard something about Makoto. Detective Kamihara, do you know anything about Kuze's brother? He's been missing for 18 years. What? Oh. Detective? That question seems to have shaken him up. Who knows? Seems like he would know something. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Oh, actually, you know what? One time, Kuze and I talked about what we wanted to be when we grew up, like when we were kids. Of course, she turned out to be an absolutely lethal detective. I'm kidding, but her answer was surprising. She wanted to be a florist. Cute, right? Oh. What about you, boy detective? Did you always want to be a boy detective? Me, I've always been into cars. Really anything with wheels that drives fast. I wanted to be a driver. That's why I have licenses for literally everything now. You know, cars, commercial trucks, motorcycles. I even have my marine license. I see. Motorcycle license. Oops, here we are. Well, here we are. Perfect timing, because my mom is almost here. So let me pause. Here we are. Detective Kuze is waiting in the room at the end of the hallway there. Great. Thank you. Don't worry, she doesn't bite. Usually. Good luck, boy detective. See ya. Yeah, see ya. He left before I could ask a follow-up question about motorcycles. And I didn't get an answer about Makoto. That look he gave me when I asked, it tells me something. Yes, I also failed to ask about Izuki's case, even though we spent all that time together. But he said before that he couldn't really talk about the investigation. That makes sense. So he probably wouldn't have told me much anyway. Well, let's go see Detective Kuze. Pardon me? Come on in. Hello, Detective Kuze. Yeah, she already looks pissed. Hello, sorry to call you out of the blue. She seems more tense than ever. No, it's okay. I hope you don't mind if we start with a few questions. What are you snooping around for anyway? Oh? So you know that I went to Yakariko Village. Okay, I'll explain. Let me ask you first. Your brother Makoto has been missing for 18 years, is that right? And around that time there was a series of murders of young girls which could be related to Izuki's case. That's why I went to see your grandmother. I knew it. It was a bit sneaky, I apologize. No, I don't blame you, you're just doing your job. Feel bad for putting that kind of burden on your grandmother, I'm really sorry about that. Wonder if Yoshi told her about it. Listen, my grandmother said that she was happy to talk to you. Oh, that's great to hear. One thing I was wondering, how did you find out where my grandmother lives now? Oh, well, the first place I went was your childhood home. My childhood home? Right, and I met a neighbor, Mr. Tayama, who was very helpful. Told me that she had moved to the relaxed Yukariko Village retirement home. Ah, good old Mr. Tayama. That's all I wanted to ask. Sorry for the trouble. Thank you. Huh? That's it? Thought she was going to ask how I found her childhood home. Why didn't she ask about that? That's it? Yeah. She already called me. That's weird. Alright, she must have remembered that Mr. Itsuki had been to her house before, but she probably assumed that he told me where she lived, but... I don't think so. I haven't worked with any PIs before. I remember her denying that she ever met Mr. Itsuki. Why would she do that? Has she genuinely forgotten, or... I guess I should take this opportunity to ask her about it, even though it makes me nervous. Detective Kuze, did I ask you a question? Hmm? Mr. Izuki told me where your childhood home is, so I went and checked it out. Anyway, he said that he met you 18 years ago at that location, but you... Like I said before, I don't know Mr. Izuki. That's all there is to it. She's lying. Well, the look on Detective Kuse's face is like she just stiffened up. She's definitely lying. Yeah, she's the only one here. Feels like she's trying to keep a level head, but based on her response, I think she's lying about not remembering Mr. Izuki's visit. So the day that Makoto disappeared, Kuze returned home alone, and according to Mr. Izuki, she seemed terrified. There's something about that still bothers me. I don't know if she's willing to say more, but I should at least ask her about Makoto. Detective. Yes? If you don't mind, I have a few questions about your brother Makoto. I do mind. What you got from my grandmother is all you're gonna get. I'm not open to reminiscing. Shot down. So enough about me and my brother. Got it? Yes. Figured, but it was worth a shot. What to do? She doesn't seem like she's in the mood to answer any questions. I might have to leave without any of the answers I need. Should probably get going. Sorry, but I thought of one more question for you. Yes? Did you find any useful information about the Sasaki case? Why? Is the investigation not going well on your side? Sorry, it's confidential. I can't say anything more. I suppose. So I understand that it doesn't seem fair, but it might help if you shared anything you found with me. Suppose part of our job is helping the police. Well, one of my colleagues is researching more about Izuki's history and relationships right now. And as for my findings, I have an eyewitness who saw a motorcycle parked near the crime scene on the night of the murder. Really? A motorcycle? Kamar? Oh, it does have a motorcycle license. Are the police aware of the motorcycle? No, first I'm hearing of it. The eyewitness account places it about an hour after estimated time of death, so possibly irrelevant. Where did you get this information? Talked to a cab driver at the scene. He was the eyewitness. Said that lots of riders park on the side of the road at night for reasons. Got it. Thanks. Of course, I hope it's helpful. I'll be sure to pass that info along. That might be it. Didn't realize the police didn't know about the motorcycle. I bet they'll question the cabbie now. Oh, I've got an idea. I could try thanking her for calling a cab for me. Hey, so... Yes? You're the one who called the cab for me, aren't you? How did you know? Well, I just wanted to say thanks. It was a big help. It was nothing. Don't thank me. Huh? Her face. Oh, Detective Kuse's mood seems to have changed. So that's it, huh? No other info? In that case, let's both get back to work. Right. Mood seems to have changed, yeah. She already called me, yeah. Can't do anything else. She's just her. That's it. Did her expression change a little just now? she does remember him. And then him with motorcycles. She won't do anything. Oh, she's got a scary reputation, but I think Detective Kamahara is right. Deep down, she's a vulnerable, awkward person just like the rest of us. Whoa! God, that scared me. Hey, partner, I got the results from forensics on that paper bag. Oh? Oh man, that made me jump. Jerk. Inspector Kamada gave me special permission to see the results of the forensic analysis on the paper bag. This is the actual bag that was found on Mizuki. It's even creepier to see in real life. Oof. Well, let's get started, shall we? Of course, I'll get straight to the results of the analysis. The bag in question is clearly old, but after running a detailed scan, we can confirm that the material is a perfect match with the paper bags found in the serial girl murders. Oh. What? Does that mean... Are we dealing with the same killer from 18 years ago? Seems likely that some of the same people would be involved. I think you're right. Well, it sounds like we need to officially reopen those cases. Sir, before you continue, I have one additional finding to share. The paper bag found on Mizuki, we can confirm it's the same type as the ones found on the second and third victims 18 years ago. Why not the first? However, the paper bag found on the very first victim 18 years ago doesn't match any of the other bags. Oh. How can you be so sure? Well, not all paper bags are made the same way, believe it or not. Each manufacturer uses a different formula. The variation can be quite substantial. Thank you for the report. Are you ready to share the results with the whole department? Yes, sir. As for you, I apologize, but I'll need you to wait here for a moment. We have an important meeting. Understand. Wow. So it turned out that the forensic analysis of the paper bag revealed a clue. And Inspector Kamada is meeting with his team to review the findings. It might take a while. Why don't I review my notes and the new information I've learned? Okay, let's get to it. Based on forensic evidence, the case from 18 years ago and the current case are very likely to be connected. Two cases are very likely to be connected. Right, because the paper bags match, there's a good chance the cases are connected. We also know that the paper bag in the first murder doesn't match the others. That means the first victim might have been killed by someone else. First victim might have been killed by someone else. Perhaps father killed her and the other cases were copycat killings. Of course, that's just one of countless possibilities. I think that's about all that I can deduce for now. Although I should say, it was really fortunate to hear the forensics report on the paper bag. I've got to thank Inspector Kamada. New paperback should be interesting. Yeah, right. Anyway, I don't think Kamada, Kuze, or Kamahara is likely to be back anytime soon. the only one here. Oh, I should let Mr. Sugi know about the forensics. I'm nervous about letting him know. It's you. What's up? I just got the report from forensics about the paper bag found on Izuki's head. Apparently it's a perfect match for the ones found on the second and third serial girl murder victims. Oh? And what about the first? Not a match there? That's right, the bag from the first murder was different. I see. This could be significant. Great work. Keep up the investigation. Thank you. I will. Literally nothing else from him. Seems like they're still in discussion. I think it's a good idea to continue reviewing what Kamahara and Kuze have told me. I should take some time to organize my thoughts and findings from today. And Kamahara is alone with Kuze, and they're not talking about an active case. Instead, they sometimes have friendly chats. For example, they talk about candy. They talk about candy that they loved when they were little kids. Since they've been known to talk about their childhoods, maybe they've talked about Makoto. He seemed to brush me off when I asked about it, though. But what I did learn is Kamahara is licensed to drive cars, commercial vehicles, boats, and motorcycles. And that is a... Whoops. Licensed to drive cars, commercial vehicles, boats, and motorcycles. Ah, that's right. Kamahara is licensed to drive motorcycles. But aren't all police officers licensed to ride motorcycles? That was my impression. I wonder if there's anything I can deduce from my conversation with Detective Kuze. Pujols, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. He's back. Looks like they've decided on a plan for the investigation. So have you decided on a plan? Yes, we're going to proceed based on a new hypothesis, but unfortunately I can't share it with you at this time. I apologize for the tough circumstances. It's okay, I understand. The case is anything but straightforward, and it can be tough to accept guidance from HQ. Understandable. Anyway, that's a big part of why we need your help. We're counting on you. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. I need to get back to HQ now. Apologies again for keeping you waiting. Oh, and I know Kuze called you here, but she and Kamahara are already both back in the field. I see. That's okay. It's very helpful to talk to the both of them. I suppose I should get going. Of course, be careful out there, and see you soon. Oh, sorry, there's one last thing. There's someone I'd like you to look into. A certain man. A certain man. Same day, 2:21 p.m., the Sanin region. I'm here in the Sanin region. Someone here who might hold the key to this case. Could it be the fisherman? Don't think that bridge has been crossed yet. Why are you digging into this ancient history, huh? You some kind of reporter or something? Wait, you're that guy from the magazine, right? No, I'm just a curious person. Sure about that? You strike me as some kind of reporter or journalist. No, I assure you, I'm just an amateur with too much time on his hands. Fair enough. I'll stop prying. Anyway. No problem, but thanks for chatting. I'll be on my way now. Hope you write a good article. Just kidding. I'm at Sugi. So the day after the forensics report on the bag was completed, the police released some details to the public about the murder of Izuki Sasaki. However, while they mentioned that he was found with a bag on his head, they didn't mention a smiley face. I'm sure that detail was too lurid for the general public, but still. Seems the urban legend of a smiling paper bag murderer is roaring back to life. People are talking about Emio the Smiling Man. At water coolers all around the city. 3 days later. It's been 3 days since the police released a statement. We're now seeing an impact in the city. The sensational story spreads like wildfire, doesn't it? Maybe not the truth. I should just shout for the Smiling Man himself. Who knows? Maybe he'd show up. Nah, just kidding. Occasionally I'll hear a car drive by. Bookstore, girl. Same old convenience store, regardless of the Smiling Man mania that's going on. Comforting in a way. Even the pharmacy mascots are wearing paper bags. Nothing of particular concern here. Okay, so the bookstore. Heard that all the books about urban legends have been flying off the shelves lately. Someone's calling me. It's Ayumi. Hey Ayumi, what's wrong? There is a segment on a TV show I'm watching right now about urban legends. I bet it's about the Smiling Man. Oh, well, I'm almost back to the office. I'll see you soon, okay? Okay, be careful. Not sure why you had to call to tell me that. You could have just told me when I got back, but whatever. Hey, Yomi, I'm back. Welcome back. Check this out. Fascinating. He's the one who supposedly wears the strange paper bag, right? The rumor going around is that he placed similar bags on the children he killed. We put together a recreation of what those bags might have looked like for you. Let's take a look, shall we? Ugh. Wow. It's really creepy, and some of them are so small. Oh dear. Well, there's a rumor going around about a child version of this Smiling Man as well. A child? My goodness, who is that? Is that him? That's the paper bag I gave to Emiko. Of course, the etymology of the Smiling Man is fascinating as well, sometimes known as Emio. That was Professor and Urban Legend researcher Toro Asawa. Thank you very much, Professor. Dang. Not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. Ugh, that was creepy. Yeah, creepy. But I understand why people are fascinated. It must feel like the Smiling Man urban legend is coming to life with Azuki's murder. Hmm, yeah, slightly creepy. Slightly creepy. I don't think the TV program mentioned Azuki's case specifically. Yeah. They mentioned the case specifically on the talk show? Yeah, just before you got here, they said a young boy was killed in Kufuku City. I see. Yeah, so anyone who knew Azuki would know they're talking about him. Right. Well, in that case, maybe someone who knew him will come forward with some new info. Yeah. I just can't believe how much attention this case is getting. But I guess the Emio legend, the Smiling Man, is pretty famous. True. But when a real person is involved, like poor Azuki Sasaki, yeah, sad. I'm worried about Megumi with all this going on. Everyone's talking about the Smiling Man, and she's just devastated about losing a close friend. Yeah, losing a friend. What a nightmare. Is she even alive? Have we any confirmation that she's alive? It's actually an important question. I wonder if all this reminds Ayumi of Yoka. When I started talking about how Megumi must feel, it seems like she must have thought about it. Maybe we shouldn't have watched that show. She probably doesn't want to talk about it. Want to cheer her up? Give her that milk tea. Hey, Ayumi. Hmm? I know we're still missing a lot of pieces, but let's put our heads together and see what we can figure out. You know, for Izuki and for Megumi. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's do our best for them. Great. So let's review what we've learned so far. Can you help me? Yes, of course. Before we start, Sam, um, hmm, I wanted to say thank you. Thank me for what? We haven't even started our review yet. Give me a chance to be brilliant, okay? Not gonna lie, that's something I would say, so that's fitting. Ah, first, the cause of death in the Azuki Sasaki case was strangling from a cord-like object, yes. Asphyxiation from being strangled with a cord-like object. Right. Azuki was found with a blank that had a smiley face drawn on it, covering his head. What am I looking for? Right. Additionally, There's an urban legend that strangely mirrors this case. That urban legend is known as Smiling Man. Usually called Emio, the Smiling Man. Of course, the urban legend isn't the only strange similarity to this case. There were a number of similar cases 18 years ago. These cases were known as boy. It's the serial girl murders that I know. But I don't know where I have in here to find that. See, there it is. It's there. Would it be under one of their names? There we go. That's right, the serial girl murders. In the serial girl murders, there were 3 females victims. They were you, yep, the 3 of you, all teenage girls. Around the time of the serial girl murders, there were also 2 significant missing persons. The missing persons were Makoto, and then the missing man. A man who left behind a large pool of blood in his apartment, and Detective Kuze's brother Makoto. Regarding the victim, Izuki Sasaki, he didn't seem to have any enemies that wished to do him harm, but he did have a problem, and that problem was getting into a good high school. That's right, his grades were slipping. Last but not least, we got the forensic report about the paper bag found on Izuki's head. That paper bag was matched to the 2nd and 3rd murders. The bag matched the 2nd and 3rd bags found in the murders 18 years ago. There was something notable about the first paper bag found 18 years ago. It was made by a different manufacturer. It was different from the paper bags found on other victims. That's right, the first paper bag was different and the 2nd and 3rd bags matched each other. Putting all the information together, here are my thoughts after hearing the forensic report on the bag. Since the bag found on Izuki matched the 2nd and 3rd bags found 18 years ago, we should assume that those cases must be connected. Yeah, I think you're right. Here's my theory about why the first paper bag doesn't match the others in the serial girl murders. The killer in the first case had to be someone else. It's possible. Interesting theory. You're on a roll today. Nice work with the deductions. Yeah? Thanks. I worked hard at it. So, let's talk about where we go from here. I'd like to do some more investigating into the case of the missing man from 18 years ago. You mean the one who was seemingly badly injured? He's still missing, right? That's right. Inspector Kamada asked me to look into him. Frankly, I'm not even sure where to begin, but I know Kama is counting on me. You get to use a nickname for him now? Are you close friends with him like Mr. Itsugi is? Haha. In all seriousness, it's a tough assignment. I don't even know the man's name yet. Really? Yeah, Inspector Kamada seemed busy at the time. He asked me to come back later for more details. Oh. Is there something wrong? Well, I'm sorry, but Inspector Kamada isn't in right now. He's having a hard time at the moment. Oh? Still out for the whole day? Yes, I'm sorry. You came all this way. I haven't actually been able to catch Inspector Kamada in person since the day we got the paper bag results. Been down to the station several times, and he wasn't there. No, I haven't seen him, and when I ask around at the station, everyone kind of shrugs. That's concerning. Yeah. Maybe he's just super busy with the investigation. I guess I'm getting a bit antsy. I can't help him if I can't see him. Anyway, I'll give him a little space for now and use this time to get my files in order. Oh, I should make some coffee while I'm at it. Do you want some? How would you like it? Oh, actually I'm on my way out. Oh? Could you be going to... It's not like it's a big secret. I was about to tell you before you started acting weird. The suspense is killing me. Going to Megumi Morimoto's house for a chat. Oh. Wait, what? Yeah, if nothing else, maybe my presence can offer her a little comfort. Oh, that sounds good. Oof. Yeah. I'm just relieved that Megumi is feeling well enough to talk to you. Well, I'm actually going to talk to her mom first. I don't think Megumi is ready to talk yet. That makes sense. It seems like she's been struggling for a long time. I mean, I'll definitely try to check in on her as well. Anyway, I'm off. Good luck and be careful. Chapter 6. Existence. Megumi Morimoto, a good friend of Izuki, has been absent from school since his death. She was at home when the other students learned what had happened. It's everything Fukuyama knew. I'm here to see if I can find out more. I'd love to talk to Megumi herself, but that's likely going to prove difficult. Likely is an understatement. Yes. Hi, I'm Ayumi Tachibana. I called the other day. Oh, Miss Tachibana, of course. Hello. Surprised to hear from a private detective. It's no problem at all. Just hope I can be of some help to you. Thank you so much. Your help is appreciated. How is Megumi doing? Megumi's locked herself in her room and she's refusing to talk to anyone. Oof. Is she feeling okay? She's not sick. She's in shock, depressed. Which is, not surprising after what happened to Izuki. They've been close since they were little. They were just like brother and sister. They certainly argued as much as siblings. Every time they argued, she would get so angry. She'd say, "Mom, I can't stand him." Then, just as quick, she'd calm down and be her usual self. They were strange, I guess, but they were also just kids. They were so close, Izuki and my Megumi. Still can't believe what happened. I don't know much about what happened to Izuki, only what I've seen on the news. Can't bring myself to talk to Izuki's mother about it. I'm afraid to talk to her at all. So close, they're more like brother and sister than friends. There's still no clue as to who did it, is there? No, you don't know anything yet. I hope they're found soon. No one can feel safe until the monster that did this is caught. But that's why we have detectives, isn't it? Yeah, of course. He's expecting a lot out of me. I have to hear from Megumi's mother. Can you tell me about how Megumi has been the past few days? Sure. Absent from school the day his body was found. That checks out. I already knew she wasn't at school for the morning assembly. The school called about Izuki. I told Megumi right away. She turned pale, started shaking. She ran and locked herself in a room. I could hear her crying. She's not been herself ever since. She hasn't been back to school since. Oh? Really? She doesn't even come out of her room. I leave food at her door, but she either won't eat it or she barely touches it. She's avoiding everyone, won't talk to me or her father. Yeah, that's no good. No. She's always been so full of life, so bright, happy. Well, clearly not now. I was so careful with how I told her about Izuki, but been absent from school since the day Izuki's body was found. It's just as Fukuyama said. But her mom says that she wasn't feeling ill. So why did she stay home that day? That's the real question. Now, you said Megumi was absent from school the day he was found? Yes. Why'd she miss that day of class? Was there any reason to be concerned about her on that day? A reason to be concerned? You're not helping me, lady. A reason to be concerned? Yes. Let's see. It wasn't just that something was wrong on that day. Megumi had been acting strange the day before, too. Since the day before? She seemed depressed, so I asked her what was wrong. But she wouldn't say anything, she just went straight to her room. Oh? Megumi seemed calmer the next morning, but she never took a bath and she stayed home from school. I thought maybe she'd had a bad day and that's all. I was sort of relieved, really. And then I got the call from the school. Do you know what Megumi might have been up to the day before? No, she didn't say anything about it. This is not helping. I need more information. So her mom doesn't know what happened the day before. I never even had the chance to hear about her day. It's so terrible. It is terrible. Megumi is a class representative, so it must be causing some trouble for her to be gone. I imagine the other students in her class will be helping, along with her homeroom teacher. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. So, yes, Megumi is a student in my class. She's our class rep. It happens so I wouldn't know. Yeah, let's ask that question. Homeroom teacher is Mr. Fukuyama, right? Yes, that's correct. He works closely with the students. He's always there for them. Since Megumi's class representative, Mr. Fukuyama depends on her more than most. Those duties would have them working together after school sometimes, too. I see. So working together after school maybe the day that he was murdered? He once gave Megumi a ride home because it was getting late. He was polite, dependable, young, and the students seemed to love him. She used to tell me how handsome he was. She said he was like an actor from a TV show. What the hell? I'm sure she's causing a lot of trouble by not going to school. Ever since what happened to Azuki, Megumi stopped talking. She used to be such a chatterbox. She used to tell me everything. My husband and I don't know what she's thinking or how to talk to her. At least until today. Till today. Do tell. How has Megumi been today? She finally came out of her room for a bit earlier, around lunchtime. Oh? Yeah, she took a shower, then came to the kitchen. I asked her if she was hungry. She didn't say anything, just gave me a nod. I made her some lunch, but she just picked at it. Still, I was relieved to see her eat anything at all. But then, Megumi just sat there looking kind of lost and sad. But I still think she was doing a great job of making herself get up and move. I wanted to say something, but what am I supposed to say? It was so uncomfortable. I didn't know what else to do, so I turned on the TV. There was a show on about urban legends, and I guess you'd say the occult. They said it was a special episode. Oh? I was curious and Megumi didn't seem to mind, so I left it on. She's usually interested in shows like that. Every summer vacation, she'll sit and watch hours of the stuff. I talked about the legend of the Smiling Man. Never heard of it, but Megumi was very interested. Then, I don't know why, but they suddenly started, well, I swear it was about Azuki. Oh no, Megumi was watching. I tried to turn it off in a hurry, but Megumi... Megumi? Can you speak to any past incidents involving the Smiling Man? Well, the oldest example would have been from about 20 years ago. Some people say the recent incident in Kufuku City may have been the Smiling Man's doing. Word is the victim, a boy, had a paper bag over his head, much like in the stories of the Smiling Man. Though, remember, the Smiling Man is only an urban legend. It would be poor taste to continue that thought. And I'm sure she ran up to her room. They were talking about a boy in Kufuku City. That could only be Azuki, right? Yeah, I think so. Life is tragic enough. They don't need to use scary stories to make it worse. That Torusawa was right. It's tasteless. Guess this is how urban legends grow, huh? I'm pretty sure the show Megumi and her mom saw is the same show we saw at the office. She finally came out of her room, but I was too careless. She shut herself in her room again. She doesn't even respond when I call to her. I just don't know what to do anymore. Do you think there's anything you can do for her, detective? From the sound of it, Megumi won't be meeting up with anyone for a while. I don't expect I'd get much if I tried to talk to her. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's anything I can do for her right now. I'm sorry. It might take some time, but I'm certain Megumi will be fine. She just got a lot that she's trying to process. Be patient with her. Whatever you do, don't blame yourself for how she's feeling. Megumi wouldn't like that. Thank you, detective. Hopefully we have good news about the investigation soon. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do my best with the investigation. Pictures. Picture Megumi when she was little. With her parents, that's a picture of the family. Can't tell where it was taken. It's hard to see much from here, but they look like a happy family. Nice family photo. By the way, your family photo is lovely. What? Oh, this one? Yes, you all look so happy. Thank you. We were at an amusement park that day. Megumi's a sweet girl with a bright smile. I bet everyone likes her. No, it's just a rumor, but I can see why the boys would fight over her. I feel like Now I need to focus on taking care of her until she can smile like that again. It's a picture of Megumi and her mom. Guess that's about all I can tell you. I'm sorry, I feel like I didn't help much, and you came all this way. No, I'm happy to have made the trip. You've been very helpful. Really? That's good. I'm the one who feels like I haven't been any help to you. No, Detective, not at all. You've made me feel better about all of this. Good, I'm glad to hear it. She says she's okay, but is she really? I should leave. Pardon me, ma'am? Yes? I admit I'm worried about Megumi, but I'm also worried about you. If you dwell on these dark things too much, they'll eat you up. It's sweet of you to be worried. Oh, right. Speaking of worrying, last night, Kohei called Megumi. Detective, do you know Kohei? Kohei Takaguchi? The kids at junior high mentioned him. Sounded worried about Megumi. I told Megumi he was on the phone, but she didn't pick up. I don't know, maybe that's why she finally came out of her room today. I guess, now that I think about it, the only people who called for her were Fukuyama and Kohei. Heard Kohei's name, but I don't know any more than that. But you've heard the name. You really are quite the detective. Ah. He's another classmate of Megumi's. They've been friends since elementary school. Kohei would go out to play with Megumi and Mizuki all the time. Megumi, did they hang out together much recently? Occasionally, but less than when they were in elementary school. Has there been any trouble between the three of them? No, nothing like that as far as I know. But they're all at that age when they want to live their own lives. They don't tell their moms everything like they used to. So who knows what they get up to once they're out of sight. Oh, that's not the answer I was expecting. Not what I was expecting. What kind of kid is Kohei? Well, Megumi and Izuki are always so outgoing, but Kohei has always been a bit more reserved. I think Kohei is... Oh? I mean, boys in junior high school usually get nervous when they call a girl's house, right? I think it takes a lot of courage for them to do that. Well, he called Megumi. I'm sure she would have been happy if she talked to him. She wouldn't, though. He's a quiet one, but he's been friends with Megumi and Izuki since elementary school. I'm sorry, but I have to get ready for dinner. Oh, I'm sorry for keeping you. No, it's fine. Oh, Megumi will eat today. Sorry to bother you so late. I'll be off. Alright. If you want, you're welcome to come back. Maybe you can speak to Megumi then. Thank you. I'd love to come back. Would love to get a plate of dinner too, but whatever. What is Itsuki doing? He's disappeared for a lot of chapters now. I'm back. Mayumi, good to see you. Did you get anything from Megumi's mother? Yeah. Here's everything I heard. Mayumi told me in detail about Megumi's state of mind. Her grief at the sudden loss is understandable, especially given how close she was to Izuki. Began talking about a question she had after the interview. I wonder what happened to Megumi the day before Izuki's body was found. Such strange timing. I mean, something happened, but by the next morning she was calm and decided to take the day off. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just means that whatever happened, it wasn't serious. When the school called about Azuki, she locked herself in her room. Maybe whatever happened the day before is related to Azuki, I wonder. Maybe I should talk to Mr. Fukuyama again and see what he thinks. Though we didn't have any answers before, what should I do? I would say it's probably worth talking to him. It's probably worth talking to him again. Yeah, that would be the right call, wouldn't it? Yeah? But maybe I should just let him get him some more info first. If he figures anything out, I'm sure he'll let me know. He'll invite me back to his favorite cafe. Oh. Did you find out anything else? Well... Megumi finally poked her head out of her room this morning. Too bad it was just in time to see that TV show about urban legends. That same one that we saw? Yeah. So she heard them talking about the boy killed in Kafuku City. And anyone who knows about Azuki would figure it out. After that, she went back to her room and hasn't come out. Her mom's having a hard time too, but I feel so badly for Megumi. She just keeps getting hurt, doesn't she? I really hope she finds a way through it. Oh, yeah. Kohei called Megumi after she locked herself in her room. Kohei Takaguchi was also friends with Izuki, right? Yep, but Megumi wouldn't pick up the phone to speak to him. I see. Question is why? There's a lot to think about, but I'm most curious about what could have upset Megumi the day of Izuki's murder. Yeah, but the only person who can tell us that is Megumi. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with Izuki, but we won't know until we try. Oh? Who could it be? It's Fukuyama. Ah. Hello, this is Tachibana. What's going on, senpai? What? Megumi is missing? Oh no. Huh? Yes, I understand. Be careful. Megumi has gone missing. Her mother called the police. Mr. Fukuyama is on his way to speak to her now. We should go too. Yeah. Ayumi and I rushed to Megumi's neighborhood. We looked around the area, but Megumi is nowhere to be found and no one had seen her. Where on earth would she have gone? I didn't have any ideas, so I took Amy's suggestion and headed to the junior high. Of course, at this time of night, there weren't any students around. Yep, everyone's long gone by this point. Hey, there are a couple of kids here. Excuse me. Oh. Ah, it's you. Sorry I startled you. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Well, you're just in time. What do you mean? A kid at cram school who says he's in the same class as Megumi, he said he saw Megumi running in her PJs. Apparently she wouldn't respond to anyone, but he got the sense she was headed towards the bus stop. Bus stop? Which one? The one behind the school. It's kind of dark back there. The principal said to never go there alone at night. The bus stop's near the pump station too. Do you think that's where Megumi could be headed? Oh no. Oh, and there's one more thing. Mr. Fukuyama, I saw him looking really freaked out. He asked if we'd seen Megumi. We told him the same thing we told you, and he ran off the opposite direction of the bus stop. He's so worried about his students. I'm afraid he can miss what's happening around him. One time he accidentally ran into a rice paddy and fell in the mud. He was covered in it. Yeah, so he might be in trouble tonight. There are a whole lot of rice paddies around here. Okay, I'll keep a lookout for Mr. Fukuyama too. Thank you both very much. It's getting dark, so be careful on your way home. Will do. Okay, wait, who are... I mean, let's hurry. Yeah, let's go. Thank you again, both of you. We're gonna go to the pump station. Please don't be dead. And look, it's Kuze and Kamahara. And Fukuyama. So that must be Megumi. It looks like she's okay, thank goodness. I'm relieved that Megumi is safe after all, but she looks pretty upset. She's crying in Mr. Fukuyama's arms. She's still in her pajamas like those kids said. She clearly ran away spontaneously. So why did she come here, where Azuki's body was found? Megumi regained her composure by the time he reached the police station, but she still wouldn't say anything to anyone. We're getting nowhere. Poor kid, she's just surrounded by adults and authority figures. It's so quiet, everyone is watching Megumi, and she looks really uncomfortable with the attention. Detective Kamahara looks annoyed. Sure, she looks annoyed, concerned. She's trying to decide how to approach. Ask Mr. Fukuyama. She seems restless. Being surrounded by detectives will do that to you, but I think there's something else. Maybe she just doesn't want to talk to the police. I wonder if she'll talk to either Detective Kuze or Kamahara. Detective Kuze, would you mind if I try talking to her? You? Sure, fine. Good evening, Megumi. My name is Sam. It's nice to meet you. I might not look it, but I'm a private detective. Huh? Kind of amazing, right? Not that much older than you. If you talk to me, you could brag about it at school. And he laughs awkward. I guess that's enough. Too bad, boy detective. Damn it, I thought it'd be easier for her to talk to me since I'm closer to her age. Can't get her to talk, so much for that plan. It's like I can't get her to talk. I should give up. I think, what if we had her? What is it? Since Megumi won't say anything, what do you think we should do? How would you feel about me talking to Megumi-san? Do you think that'd work? Well, I'm not a cop or a guy. That might help put her at ease. What do you think? I agree. Yeah, you're right. Give it a shot. Let's see. Okay, here goes. Detective Kuze, would you allow me to speak with Megumi? And you are? I should have introduced myself earlier. I'm Mayumi, Tachibana of the Itsugi Detective Agency. I think it's a good idea. It might be easier for Megumi to talk to her than to us. Please. Okay. Thank you. I wonder if Megumi's okay. Nice to meet you, Megumi. Just kind of shut down the day Azuki died. She hasn't even spoken to her mother since then. Talk to me. The day before Megumi stopped going to school, that is the same day he died. Something happened to her, but If she wouldn't tell her own mother, then why would she tell me, a complete stranger? Even though we have a few things in common, there's probably only so much I can get out of her. Megumi, are you okay? Acts like she doesn't have anything to talk about, but she also seems kind of fidgety and restless. Is she bothered by someone here? You. You're being fidgety. Being a fidgeting, whenever we talk about Megumi, Fukuyama gets a bit. Actually, he seems different toward her today. He's watching her closely, but with genuine concern. What is it, Tachibana? Is there something on my face? Oh, I see. You need my help, eh, Tachibana? Hmm? Uh, you noticed the lady, Mr. Fukuyama? Megumi? Mr. Fukuyama was my senpai when we were in middle school. Your senpai? Yes, Megumi. Tachibana and I went to the same school. She was a few grades below me. She's also a very good detective. She's working on Izuki's case. I know Tachibana. She will catch the culprit. I assure you. I will. So, you see, you can just tell Tachibana everything you know. You understand, Megumi? I wonder if Megumi will talk to me. Yeah. So, Megumi, I heard so much about you from your mom. And I know you're suffering right now. I don't want to pretend like I know everything, but I know you've been going through a lot of scary, painful, and difficult feelings alone, Megumi. I guess I'm wondering if you feel like you've done all you can by yourself. Your family, the detectives, and Mr. Fukuyama. They're all here because they want to help you. That's why I'm here too. Detective, you don't have to do this all on your own. We're all here to help you so you don't have to go through any more hard times alone. That's all we want. I'd be so happy if you could talk to me. Now she's gonna start crying. You can take it slow. It's okay. I loved him. I really loved him. Oof. I love Mr. Fukuyama. What? 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 No, I mean, this isn't. What the hell? Mr. Fukuyama. He's such a good teacher, always so kind, dependable, and cool. That's why I fell in love with him. And that's also why, the day before, that's why I had Mr. Fukuyama meet me on the rooftop. I finally told him how I felt. Oh! Oh, that's a plot twist. I didn't see that coming. Wow. I like you, Mr. Fukuyama. I mean, I love you. Will you go out with me, please? Megumi, no, hold on. You can't just suddenly. Don't you like me too? Or do you hate me? No, it's. Megumi, words like love and like have different meanings at different times. And love, it's always a big word. And like is, well, answer my question. Okay. Um, Megumi, you're just in love with love. It's really common at your age. What do you mean I'm in love with the idea of love? Eh? You'll understand one day when you've grown up. Don't treat me like a child. No, I'm not treating you like a child. Am I? Stop it. Enough. And she runs off. I didn't know what to do. I ran into the school and Suzuki, were you listening? No, not really. Hmm, okay. Wait, you're up here with a teacher, huh? I can't believe it. I knew you were listening. Yeah, I heard you. Not like I wanted to hear something like that, believe me. What's your problem? You're the worst. Worse than you? This is none of your business. Huh? How is it none of my business? I don't care. Shit. What the hell is your problem? You know what? I'm gonna tell everyone what I heard. Everyone. That's a promise. Oh yeah? Tell everybody if you want. People just love an eavesdropping gossip, don't they? You're so gross. I... I bet you're not worried because you're about to go to a better school. Huh? Even if everyone here thinks you're a creep, it won't matter when you're done with the school. That's sad that you saw me like that and that you heard all those things he said. I'm so ashamed. I want to die. Oof. Hmm. I didn't know about any of that. I'm sorry. So very sorry. Megumi, I'll take it from here. Okay. Yeah, please. Megumi. I could say anything to Suzuki, and I ended up saying the worst things I could think of. I realized that Izuki liked me, and instead of, I mean, I, so sweet and kind to me. Suzuki. I'm sorry, Izuki. I'm so sorry. And burst into tears again. It's been really hard, I know. Detective Kuze. She's really showing the sweet side here. It's easy to see how she empathizes with Megumi, because the same thing with her brother Makoto, that same, like the same type of interaction before he disappeared. Of everyone, Detective Kuze is probably the one who can help Megumi the most. She knows the kind of pain that Megumi is going through right now. Thank you, ma'am. Feeling a little better? Yes, a little. So that must be why you stayed home from school the next day? Yeah, I thought I should apologize to Izuki, but then it turned out I never can. My mom answered the phone and she told me. She said he is dead. When I heard that he had died, I worried he had killed himself. I thought it's because I said horrible things to him. He took what I said, and he took it alright. I thought Izuki died because of me. I thought I didn't want to see anyone. I couldn't even eat anymore. I felt like I was going to die too. It's been a few days, and last night he was in my dreams. He said, "You're not acting like yourself." When I woke up, I thought, I'm hurting Izuki now too. And that's what brought you out of your room? Yeah, yeah. Then when the TV was on, I just found out that Izuki didn't commit suicide. He was killed by the Smiling Man. What? I thought maybe I'd done something even worse. I was so scared I couldn't take it anymore. Something even worse. What makes you think that Izuki was killed by the Smiling Man? And what is this even worse thing you mentioned? Yeah. I bet Izuki was over there all by himself crying. I said so many bad things to Izuki, I made him sad, then the Smiling Man showed up and killed him. It's logical. But she means something even worse. Sure, Izuki was killed by the Smiling Man. I like urban legends and stuff, so I know about the Smiling Man. That's why I'm worried. The souls of people killed by the Smiling Man can't get to heaven. They can't? No, if I don't do something, Izuki won't make it to heaven. So I have to recite the spell. There's a spell. The hell? Can you tell me more about this spell? When someone dies, everyone they're close to is really sad, right? If one of those people recites the spell at the murder scene, the Smiling Man will appear. Well, I know that spell. The Smiling Man will come, Izuki will be able to get into heaven, and the spell will keep me safe. That's why I had to go there. It's quite a spell. So you went to the pumping station. Is that all this was about? Megumi, you. I see. Interesting. I was going to wait there for the Smiling Man and practice the spell, but I forgot the words. It was dark and scary and cold. I tried so hard to remember the words for Izuki, but I just couldn't remember them. I started thinking about how I was so pathetic. Then I started thinking about Izuki. I was so sad and lonely that I started crying. Then, the Smiling Man showed up. Really? Oh. What? Are you serious? I was so scared. I couldn't remember the spell, so I just screamed. I practiced the spell, but I screwed up. Izuki can't go to heaven because of me. I'm sorry, Izuki, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I heard her scream just as we arrived. I ran towards her, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. It was just her and Mr. Fukuyama at the scene. However, there's a small spot at the back of the station where someone might be able to squeeze her. So whoever she saw might have gone that way. Bring me the item, please. Understood. Was the Smiling Man wearing a paper bag like this? Yes, he had the same face drawn on his. He was different from what I've seen in books or on TV, but this is it. This was his face. Ooh. Well, that seals it. We can't ignore the connection to the murders from 18 years ago. Does this mean the Smiling Man is actually real?